welcome to this fantastic podcast we've got going on today. I'm joined by Mr. Pablo Cass, and then we've got with us as our special guest, the main man, Super, legend of the EU Challenger scene, and soon to be heading into the CDL. We're going to talk a little bit about the history of Super, some tales of his years in EU Challengers, and then his path towards the CDL. So, how are you doing, Diego?
I'm good. Just finished my scrims today. I'm feeling good. I can't wait to be playing in NA.
I've been catching a little bit of the scrims so far. It's looking kind of nice out there. Looking good.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Yeah. We're feeling so good. We can win the elite so easy.
Oh, that's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear.
Confidence. Win it so easy, don't, because someone will bookmark that, they'll clip that. I've already seen them do it. I don't know who it was, but someone already bookmarked me saying that Steve Vortex was coming for you, and then they unbookmarked it because they knew they were going to get collared. But yeah, I love that confidence coming out of you, man. It's just, I've been like one of your biggest fans forever. Like as ARs go, like. One of the things that we always find difficult is it's so hard to get good ARs to go over to America because they are just blessed in the States with AR talent. So we've been fighting like your corner for so long, ever since me and Chafin dived into that Mavericks game back in the day.
Yeah.
We've just been like, there's no way, why hasn't Super gone over? But I just wanted to, like, off the top of my head, I just wanted to think about, like, do you think there was more of a peak where you probably should have went over earlier? Because I always thought, like, the 18 months prior to that Mavericks game, after that Mavericks game, you were incredible. Like, I can remember, like, Tuscan, like, you dominating in certain maps, and it just surprised me that it's got to this point before you've gone over. Does it surprise you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a matter of time. Like, I've been so lucky because of the Beagle situation, yeah, like he retired and I got the call. But I think because of me being from Europe, it's so hard to get in the league. I mean, from my POV, from being UK, French, like being Europe is so shit if you want to reach the league. But yeah, I think I could be in the league since probably Vanguard. I wouldn't say Cold War, yeah, because it was everything online. But in Black Ops 4 and Vanguard, I show everyone I could the same thing. Like I could do the same thing in online than LAN.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was always a bit. This has been way too late. Not too late for you, but like you could have won the CDL earlier.
I agree.
Well, you touched on some of the previous titles there. Obviously, you've been doing what you're doing now for many years. So kind of, how did it all get started? Like, what got you into, I guess, competitive Call of Duty? When did it all begin?
I mean, it's a really long story. Like, I never liked Call of Duty, yeah. Mm-hmm. But since I was 3 years old, yeah, and my father loved playing Call of Duty in the old consoles, and I loved just watching him play. And one day they give me the PlayStation 3 with Black Ops 1, and I loved that game. I grinded so much. So after that, I became a fan of the Call of Duty games. I bought Black Ops 2. I played it a lot. And after Black Ops 2, I started playing Advanced Warfare, yeah. I started grinding rank play in AW a lot. And one day I found a Spanish guy who said, yo, let's play game battles, like the ladder, yeah? Just for fun. And yeah, I started playing the ladder. I found another Spanish guys, and they were all calling me hacker in console. And that's why I started competing. Like, I didn't even want to compete. Like, I was having fun in rank play. But yeah, everyone was calling me hacker. And I remember Methods saying, no, this guy is not a hacker. Like, he's just so good. After that, a Spanish team picked me up in the Spanish league, which was so famous in Spain. And I've been playing the league from AW to World War II. I won a couple of events in Spain, and everyone started to know me in Spain. And after that, I became 18, like I turned 18, and I joined Giants with Tohor, Jaco, Brain Goat, and Niall. We placed third in LAN twice. We won 2 1Ks, if I'm not wrong. And we didn't qualify for the champs. That was unfortunate. And yeah, after that it was MW19 with the Spanish, All War, Vanguard, MW2, MW3, and nowadays I'm playing with two Frenchies and one UK.
Exactly. Yeah, it is because I think like Pablo's already said, like you've been doing this for so many years, like and doing
Yeah.
it to such a kind of a good or great standard that it has only just been a matter of time until this kind of opportunity that you've got ahead of you right now has been presented to you. Heading off to the CDL, Miami Heretics. What was it like? What was that first kind of when you had the call, when you had the first message? One, talk us through it.
I mean, as you said, and I said, it was just a matter of time. And I was so happy. Like, I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I was screaming one day, and I read my phone, and the coach was telling me, "You're coming to here." And I was like, "Oh my God, bro." And I was just screaming, like, stressing all the coach, like, one shot, do that, do that. Oh my God, bro. Yeah, it feels so good.
Well,
Yeah, the excitement must have been off the charts when that came through.
Yeah.
I remember in the off season, like when people started getting picked up, rosters for heading off to the CDL. There was obviously a couple of players from Europe that were heading out there, and all the rumours were starting. And obviously, you may have found out that your name hadn't been in amongst those names at that time. And I remember I dropped you a message, and I was like, this year it's going to be it. It's going to be it. This is going to be the year. You keep grinding, and I think you've already shown that. You were so disappointed, obviously, that you hadn't been picked up at the time, and everyone kind of knew you deserved it. Such a good year again in challenges last year, but eventually that hard work has paid off, and
Yeah.
and I just because I'm relatively new to the scene last couple of years, but just from conversations with yourself and just seeing what you're doing out there, and still up until you've now been called up to a CDL team. And the amount of effort you're still putting in the challenger scene, that place is there, but you're still grinding. Like I say, you've just come straight from scrims into getting on this with us, and yeah, the kind of passion and kind of hard work, which is clear to show, and I'm just so glad it's paying off for you, mate.
Yeah, I think a weird question as well is this this season the most amount of SMG that you've played competitively in a while? Because you played a lot of SMG this season.
Which one?
Like
the
using the SMG.
In Black Ops 6?
Yeah.
Not really. I played with the SMG only the first 2 months. Like when Steel left, I switched back to the AR. So I only played like 2 months with the sub.
Yeah.
And the last time I played with the sub was MW2. Because Lucky and Journey left as well.
Yeah.
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 I've always been an AR. And flex, like never been a main SMG. But I think I could do that.
It was just odd to see you with it.
Yeah. No, I think the sub on this game is basically an AR anyway, isn't it? So I think you with that in your hand has been pretty dangerous. And I know that Pablo has been a fan of you for many years. Have you got any kind of specific things, Pablo? I know you've probably casted Super many times. Any specific?
Well, it was Super's fault, really. So what happened was me and Chafin ended up getting duo together by not accident, but it was a conversion of events. But prior to the game that we cast, we were still casting Detries and kind of like much slower players. Now we go into this game, it's Super, Eric Boom, Vickle, and Yako, I think maybe.
Sugri.
Sukri, yeah, it was Sukri, yeah. And I think you were playing against was it Brezzy? Was it Brezzy's side? X's. I'm trying to think of the name. I remember Coltrane got to the semis and then he didn't get to the final, and someone else got to the final. I'm pretty sure it was Brezzy's team, and the pace of the game was like, it was mind blowing, like the pace that you guys play at, but then the consistency, and obviously we then got to cast over you guys so much more consistently. And for me, Super, you've just always just been, along with maybe Reman, the most consistent AR that Europe's produced in a long time. Just I don't ever recall you having like back-to-back bad games. Do you know what I mean? You've always been constantly consistent. Now, is that something like, have you, in terms of, do you do a lot of individual practice? I've asked this question of CDL players before, and some players just scrim. That's all they do is scrim. No individual practice. They don't like go and shoot like 10 billion bots. And some players do the individual practice. What's been your kind of way of practicing?
Yeah, so I think it's more than individual practice. I'd say I never play at my 100% in scrims. I'd say maybe 70, like individual gunfights and that. And that's why I'm so consistent in tournaments, because I play with my 100%, and people is not expecting that. Also, I'd say I used to run a lot individually, like in the past in Black Ops 4, MW19. But you reach a point that it doesn't matter like how much you play. Like, you just have to take advantage of your time, like watching bots, because there is a point everyone is at the same point of gun skill. It's more about knowing the game, what routes you have to take, and the good comms, let's say.
The discipline.
Yeah,
the discipline.
good comms is the one. Good, you can see that on the map when people aren't common effectively, and they just start dropping, and you see the skulls start to light up the map. Now, obviously, you've played with so many players in EU challenges, and so I guess the controversial questions, like, who's been your favourite player to play with out of the EU? Who's been like your duo, or someone that you've just thought, holy shit, these are amazing? And I guess the anti version of that question is, who's, if you're willing to answer, who's been like the player that you've least favoured? You don't have to answer it. No one ever does. But who's been your least favourite player to play with?
I'd say my favorite player, like I've ever teamed with, is either Jago or Sugri, because I've been teaming a lot of year with them, especially Jago, since I was 15, and Sugri as well. And my least favorite player, like in my team, like as a teammate.
Either to play against as well, someone maybe that obviously it's a bit controversial to call out a teammate that you've played with in the past, but obviously maybe someone that you've just played against that you've thought, holy shit, these are so annoying to play against.
To be honest, I just like all my teammates, and if I have to say someone I played against, I don't know, maybe someone who's killed Horin.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
No one really like.
That's fine. We'd have been in
maybe
a little bit of
no. I
trouble.
have one actually.
Go.
Nuke J in Cold War.
Any reason?
Yeah, because he was cheating.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, I think.
Well, yeah.
You say he was cheating. I mean, I know the elephant in the room with, I think challenges at the moment is there's lots of kind of controversy going on, and especially the EU.
Yeah.
And I know that you can't wait to have the chance to escape the current unfortunate state of challenges. And it's not just, the cheating and the controversy and that kind of thing, but obviously challenges in general, we've just found out that there's likely not to be, well, it's basically confirmed there's not going to be a challenges event attached to the event in Dallas. Obviously Madrid, that's not going to have a challenges event onto it. So there's so much kind of, concern with the state of challenges at the moment. Having been someone who's been involved in it for so many years, what do you think needs to happen? Like, how do we keep challenges going? How does it stay alive? What do you think? What are the thoughts on
that? There need to be like too many changes. The first one in the game, they need to fix the game ASAP. They need to make a good rank play system, which actually is good, yeah. But there are a lot of cheaters, and everyone is lagging the lobbies. After that, they need to remove the franchise system, because everything is going down since it appeared. Like, the old system in World War II was fine. Like, challengers, let's say challengers, could play against pros. And also, yeah, the league creating like more content, I'd say, something like that. But the most important thing for me is the game and the franchise system. It's so bad.
Yeah, can't argue with those points, mate. Franchising has just made it so NA centric as well. It's so hard for you guys to get visas,
Yeah.
and now with there not being any lands, it makes it even more difficult to get eyes onto the players that are still in the EU. Because there's plenty of players I think that could prosper other than yourself in the CDL. They could do really well.
Yeah.
We've seen the likes of Harry going off in exceptional, and we've seen other players in Cobra as being kind of the
Yeah, everyone in my team should be in the league, 100%.
Yeah. Well, we know Brezzy should never have come out of the league for a start.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably should never have come out of the league. And Cobra probably should have already been in the league. But on a more positive note, you are going to be heading into Miami in the next coming few weeks. Obviously, if I was a player, I would be so excited going in to play against some of the best players in the world. I need to know who you're most looking forward to play against.
I don't know. I just really like to play against everyone and see how they play. I'd say probably Thieves. I'd like to play against Thieves because I know Scrappy, it's a good friend, and I think they are the best team. So yeah, maybe I'd like to play these guys.
Yeah, put them under the pressure like that.
That's
now,
what I mean. Already picking the best teams to play against. I love it. I love
well,
it.
you'd be so excited, wouldn't you? You just want to put them into the blender. Yeah, I can't wait for to listen to Miles start shouting Super's name out. Absolutely dominating Scrappy. Yeah, that's going to be arms in the air. But I guess a weirder question on that kind of same time. Timeline is if there was a player that's retired or not in the league who that you could have back in, who would you like to play against, a player that's no longer there?
I'd say probably Formal.
Oh, that's a choice,
Formal or Scump. I thought I was gonna play Scump in his last tournament in MW2 in the Pro-Am. We were 2-0 up against Toronto, in the Pro-Am. And they reverse swept us. Oh. And that was so bad. I wanted to play Scump in his last tournament so bad.
That would have been sick, to be fair.
I think he could just jump in a team now and still not embarrass himself. He'd still be able to jump in a team in the current game.
Yeah, Formal definitely could.
Yeah, Formal definitely could as well. I mean, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah. Nice, cool.
I wish I could use the sniper now as well.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Dashy all the day of the week.
That's another thing. Obviously, it is a bit weird, isn't it, not having snipers at all? Because I know that I've heard on many casts. I think you've highlighted it a few times, Pablo.
It's been so long.
Yeah.
Well, especially in MW2, no?
When Beans was in challenges, you got Super in challenges, you got I can't remember if it was Jenny or Lucky as well could pick up a sniper, but you had all these players that could literally sit in an S&D game and use the sniper up throughout the whole round, and it was amazing. You had world star shots. It gets the casters so excited. It must be great for viewing, and it's just that you pointed it out before, Diego. First thing that needs fixing is the game, because it's things like that not working, the smoke's not working properly and not effectively, so it's fair either side. Causes so many problems and it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Sorry, I do rant a
fair bit. No, it's valid. No, because I know that, Super would have been a man who would be taking a sniper in his hand on them, in them S&D lobbies. You'd be more than up for challenging them cross map, wouldn't you? And do you think that would add a good dynamic to this game if they did manage to fix it? Obviously they're not going to add that now. But would you have liked to have seen snipers on this game with these?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. We tried that 3 days this game. Yeah. We had 3 days S&D scrims, and I played with the sniper, and it felt unreal. The best 3 days of my life in this game.
It was just downhill from there.
Man, it's never to be seen on screen. I'm devastated. A weird one as well, I guess. I'm really intrigued to know what your favourite Call of Duty of all time that you've played. Not maybe it doesn't have to be competitively. It can be fun. It can be whatever you've done. But maybe separate them. What's been the most fun Call of Duty to play, and what's been the best one to play competitively?
Okay, I love Black Ops 3. It's my favorite game ever. I love jetpacks, and I love Black Ops. It was the perfect combination for me. The perfect game. And competitively, I could say Black Ops 3 as well, but I wasn't 18, so I would say in the last years, maybe Vanguard. I really love Vanguard.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a weird relationship with that game. From the casting perspective, well, it was a strange one. But I think you said, I'm going to guess now that you say you want to play against Formal. If you could bring him any player back, does that mean that he's your favourite AR of all time as well?
Not really. My favorite they are. In the past, it was Dashi, like in Black Ops 4, because he was unreal. Now, I would say maybe Scrappy. Yeah, Scrappy.
Yeah, he is an absolute monster. And I guess my last question that I put together earlier on with Spuddles, if you weren't playing Call of Duty, what would you be doing?
That's a good question. Because in the past, that was only a hobby, like playing video games. But if I started playing, let's say Valorant, for example, I think I will have become like so competitively as well. So maybe I will be competing in another esport. I don't know, or just like playing some sports, something like football and basket. I don't know, and studying at the same time.
Fair,
See,
absolutely
see,
fair.
That what your answer there has given me a couple of questions. Well, one, like, what's your kind of off-season game? Where do you switch off? A lot of people go over to Valorant. Is that where you tend to go when Call of Duty goes, or do you?
And the off-season, I like to play different games. For example, I played Back 4 Blood. I don't know if you know the game. Like it's something like Left 4 Dead, like the zombies game.
Yeah.
And we also love to play like the old MW3.
Oh,
We play a lot of Capture the Flag.
yeah.
And
That tells
I
you
don't know,
the
like
story
different games in general.
pros are playing CTF in the off season because control's so shit.
Well, we thought it might be coming back, didn't we? The start of this title, there was loads of rumours about Capture the
Yeah,
Flag
they found
coming back.
CTF files within the code somewhere, didn't they? Or some that was the rumor anyway. Just bring back Uplink, jetpacks.
Oh yeah,
Uplink,
please.
let's go.
Uplink is the best third mode ever.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I didn't need to shoot anyone. I could just pick the ball up and find the route. It was great.
Yeah, Sugri loved to do that. Like he was saying all the time, "Give me the ball, give me the ball. You can play kills."
Yeah, that was me. No need. I'm so windy. I didn't need to shoot anyone. It was great. That's too funny. Hang on, you say you play basketball? Are you tall enough to play basketball?
Yeah, I used to play basketball like when I was 3, 4, 5 years old.
Bit more
And
of
I
a
love
level
that.
playing field back then, maybe.
But
Also, when I was 7, 6, something like that as well, I used to play basketball.
I was only about this big when I was 7 or 6, so I probably wouldn't be able to reach the hoop.
I was
that's fair.
I was also curious because you mentioned about you say you might play football if you weren't playing a competitive Call of Duty or.
I mean, not professional football,
No,
yeah, but
like
it's a hobby.
You're a good player. You're a good player back in the day.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
What football team do you support?
Madrid.
Madrid. Ooh. Is that going to add some controversy to? I know it will to Pablo as a Liverpool fan. He will. I know there's been some age-old battles with those guys over the years.
I just love to bump into Sergio Ramos in a dark alley just once.
Yeah, Pablo's still going to fly out to Madrid even though there's no Challengers event just to try and track down Sergio Ramos.
Challenge Sergio Ramos.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Oh man, the case.
Yeah, well, to be honest, we've gone through a lot of the kind of things we want to cover, but I just wanted to say we're such huge fans, basically, Diego, and we're so kind of happy that you're getting the opportunity that you finally deserve to go over to Miami, to go into the CDL, show everybody over there what you've been showing everybody in Europe that you've been doing for years, and then I guess from a Katana perspective as well, this season and the things that you've already been doing for us, it's just been absolutely fantastic, and it'd be even better to round it off by bringing home this first elite. We'd be big fans of that, so yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man, I'm the same. I'm like, when we initially got the team and we were like, this is the team that we're going to be with for the rest of the season. I was like in the room, like, let's go. But yeah, when that message came through to say that you're being picked up, I was like, that's it. That's the job done. That's it. I can retire now. It's just incredible, honestly. And I know there's a ton of players that are still in challenges that really do deserve a shot. But you've been you've been playing so consistently for so long, for so many years. It's just great. I always felt once Miami Heretics got started that the pipeline would be there for you to be able to transition across, and it was just a matter of time. But yeah, I can't wait for you to get on there and absolutely just start smoking some of these NA fools. I just cannot wait. You've got to put Scrappy in the blender as well, please. Scrappy in the blender.
Yeah, it's gonna be funny.
Brilliant. Right, well, thank you very much for jumping on with us today, mate. Really appreciate it, and as we say, looking forward to seeing you fry out over in the CDL.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
thank you for the super, and thank you for inviting me here. It's been a pleasure.
Cheers for that. Best of luck.